Love, friendship, and family. These are the foundations of a meaningful life. But great relationships don't just happen. They require effort, understanding, and the right mindset. In today's video, we're diving into key insights that can transform the way you connect with others. Subscribe, hit like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a relationship tip. And before we begin, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about love and connection? Share it in the comments. Rejection is a part of life. We've all heard this phrase, but when it comes to dating, rejection can feel deeply personal and profoundly painful. It's more than just a bruised ego. It's the fear that we are unworthy or unlovable. This fear can be so intense that it stops us from pursuing meaningful connections altogether. According to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, fear of rejection can significantly impact our willingness to engage in social interactions and build new relationships. But why do we fear rejection so much? How can we overcome this fear and open ourselves up to the possibility of love and connection? Before diving into overcoming the fear of rejection in dating, take a moment to reflect on your feelings about relationships and commitment. Answer these questions to see where you stand. 1. Do you avoid dating because you're afraid of being rejected? 2. Do you worry excessively about what your date thinks of you? 3. Have you stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you feared being alone? 4. Do you often find yourself sabotaging potential relationships? 5. Are you afraid of being vulnerable and opening up to someone new? Keep these answers in mind as we explore the intricacies of overcoming the fear of rejection in dating. The explanations are at the end of the bookshot, so you can check your understanding later. The problem: fear of rejection in dating. Part 1. The roots of fear. Understanding the origins. Fear of rejection often stems from past experiences and deep-seated insecurities. Childhood experiences, such as parental neglect or bullying, can leave lasting scars. These early experiences shape our self-esteem and influence how we perceive ourselves in the context of relationships. Take the story of Samantha, who was always the last one picked for teams in school. This repeated rejection planted a seed of doubt in her mind about her worthiness. As an adult, Samantha found herself avoiding dating because she feared the same rejection she experienced as a child. The role of self-esteem. Low self-esteem is a significant factor in the fear of rejection. When we don't value ourselves, we assume others won't value us either. This negative self-perception creates a self-fulfilling prophecy where we expect rejection, and therefore we either avoid dating or behave in ways that push people away. Mark Tyrrell and Roger Elliott, in their book The Fear of Rejection, A Guide to Overcoming Rejection in Dating and Relationships, emphasize the importance of building self-esteem. They argue that improving self-worth is crucial for overcoming the fear of rejection. When we value ourselves, we are less likely to internalize rejection and more likely to see it as a normal part of the dating process. Part 2. Strategies for overcoming fear. Embrace vulnerability. Being vulnerable is scary, but it's essential for building genuine connections. Brené Brown, a research professor and author, has extensively studied vulnerability and its role in relationships. She states, "Vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. By embracing vulnerability, we allow ourselves to be seen and known by others, creating opportunities for deeper connections." Consider Jake's story. He always kept his guard up, afraid that showing his true self would lead to rejection. However, when he finally opened up to someone he was interested in, he discovered that vulnerability actually strengthened the bond between them. They were able to connect on a deeper level because Jake was willing to be authentic and honest. Reframe rejection. Rejection is often perceived as a personal failure, but it's important to reframe it as a natural part of the dating process. Not every connection will lead to a relationship, and that's okay. Each rejection is an opportunity to learn and grow. In How to Talk to Anyone, author Lael Lowndes suggests seeing rejection as a numbers game. The more you put yourself out there, the higher your chances of finding a meaningful connection. Instead of viewing rejection as a personal flaw, see it as a step closer to finding someone who truly values you. Build resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's crucial for overcoming the fear of rejection. Psychologist Guy Winch, in his TED Talk, How to Fix a Broken Heart, explains that resilience can be developed by practicing self-compassion and seeking support from friends and loved ones. For example, Emily faced several rejections before she met her current partner. Each time she was rejected, she allowed herself to feel the disappointment, but didn't dwell on it. She talked to her friends, who reminded her of her worth and encouraged her to keep trying. By building resilience, Emily was able to keep an open heart and eventually found a loving relationship. Take small steps. Overcoming fear takes time and patience. Start by taking small steps to gradually expose yourself to situations that make you uncomfortable. This could mean striking up a conversation with a stranger, going on a casual date, or joining a social group. Liam, who struggled with severe social anxiety, decided to join a local hiking club. At first, he was terrified of interacting with new people, but by taking small, manageable steps, he gradually became more comfortable. This increased confidence eventually translated into his dating life, where he felt more at ease meeting new people. Practice self-affirmation. Building self-confidence is essential to overcoming the fear of rejection. Start your day with positive affirmations. Stand in front of a mirror and say things like, "I am worthy of love," "I am confident," and "I am valuable." Over time, these affirmations can reshape your self-image and boost your confidence. Consider Lila, who struggled with self-doubt. She began a daily ritual of self-affirmations and found that over time, her self-esteem improved. This newfound confidence helped her approach dating with a more positive attitude, reducing her fear of rejection. Part 3. Real-life applications. Practical exercises. Applying these strategies in real life can make a significant difference. Try practicing self-affirmations to boost your self-esteem. Stand in front of a mirror each morning and remind yourself of your worth. Simple statements like, "I am deserving of love," or "I am confident and capable," can reinforce a positive self-image. Another practical exercise is to set achievable goals for yourself. If the idea of dating feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller, more manageable tasks. For instance, your first goal could be to create an online dating profile. Once you feel comfortable with that, your next goal could be to message someone you find interesting. Seek professional help. Sometimes the fear of rejection can be deeply ingrained and challenging to overcome on your own. Seeking help from a therapist or counselor can provide valuable support and guidance. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is particularly effective in addressing anxiety and fear related to rejection. A therapist can help you identify negative thought patterns and develop healthier ways of thinking. Nina had always struggled with rejection anxiety. After several failed attempts at dating, she decided to seek professional help. Through therapy, she learned to recognize and challenge her negative beliefs about herself. This shift in mindset allowed her to approach dating with a more positive and confident attitude. Learn from rejection. Every rejection is an opportunity for growth. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you can learn from the experience. Reflect on the situation and consider whether there are any patterns in your behavior that contribute to rejection. This self-awareness can help you make positive changes and improve your future interactions. Ryan experienced several rejections that left him feeling discouraged. However, he decided to view these experiences as learning opportunities. By reflecting on his interactions, he realized that he often came across as too eager and intense. He worked on pacing himself and being more relaxed on dates, which ultimately led to more successful connections. Surround yourself with positivity. Having a support system of friends and family can make a huge difference in overcoming the fear of rejection. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Their positive reinforcement can bolster your confidence and remind you of your worth. Kai struggled with rejection and often felt isolated. He decided to share his experiences with close friends, who provided support and encouragement. This network of positivity helped Kai maintain a more optimistic outlook on dating and reduced his fear of rejection. Keep a rejection journal. Documenting your experiences can provide valuable insights into your emotions and patterns. Start a rejection journal where you write about each dating experience, how it made you feel, and what you learned from it. Over time, this practice can help you identify areas for growth and see your progress. Maya began keeping a rejection journal after a particularly tough breakup. Writing about her feelings and reflections helped her process the rejection and gain clarity. It also allowed her to track her emotional growth and resilience over time. Part 4. Insights from Experts. The Fear of Rejection by Mark Tyrrell and Roger Elliott. Mark Tyrrell and Roger Elliott's book, The Fear of Rejection, A Guide to Overcoming Rejection in Dating and Relationships, offers practical advice for overcoming rejection anxiety. They emphasize the importance of building self-esteem and developing a positive self-image. According to Tyrrell and Elliott, understanding that rejection is not a reflection of your worth is crucial. They also provide techniques for managing anxiety and building resilience. How to Talk to Anyone by Lael Lowndes. Lael Lowndes' book How to Talk to Anyone is a valuable resource for improving social skills and building confidence in interactions. Lowndes provides practical tips for starting conversations, making a good impression, and handling rejection with grace. One key takeaway is the importance of seeing rejection as part of the process and not taking it personally. The Psychology of Rejection by Guy Winch. Guy Winch, a licensed psychologist, explores the emotional impact of rejection in his work. In his TED Talk and writings, Winch emphasizes the need for self-compassion and resilience. He suggests that acknowledging and validating your feelings of rejection is the first step toward healing. By practicing self-care and seeking support, you can build the emotional strength needed to face rejection. Part 5. Moving Forward. Embracing the Journey. Overcoming the fear of rejection in dating is a journey that requires time, patience, and self-compassion. Remember that everyone experiences rejection at some point, and it doesn't define your worth. By embracing vulnerability, reframing rejection, building resilience, and taking small steps, you can gradually overcome your fears and open yourself up to meaningful connections. Staying positive, maintaining a positive outlook is essential. Surround yourself with supportive friends and loved ones who uplift and encourage you. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Positive self-talk and affirmations can help reinforce your confidence and self-worth. Practicing self-compassion. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. When you face rejection, acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel hurt and that you deserve love and respect. Practicing self-compassion can help you navigate the ups and downs of dating with greater ease. Exploring new experiences. Sometimes, stepping out of your comfort zone can help you build confidence and reduce the fear of rejection. Try new activities and hobbies that interest you. This not only broadens your social circle, but also provides opportunities to meet like-minded people in a more relaxed setting. Asher, who was nervous about traditional dating scenarios, joined a local cooking class. This allowed him to interact with others in a low-pressure environment, gradually building his confidence. Over time, Asher felt more comfortable approaching new people and initiating conversations. Reflecting on personal growth. Take time to reflect on your personal growth and achievements. Acknowledge the progress you've made, no matter how small. This self-reflection can help you stay motivated and remind you of your capabilities. Zara made it a habit to reflect on her dating experiences every month. She noted improvements in her confidence and communication skills, which reinforced her belief in her ability to overcome rejection. This practice kept her motivated and focused on her growth. Part 6. Real-life stories of overcoming rejection. Marcus and the power of persistence. Marcus had always been afraid of rejection, especially after a tough breakup in college. He avoided dating for years, focusing instead on his career. However, Marcus realized he was lonely and decided to put himself out there again. Despite facing several rejections, he persisted, learning from each experience. Marcus eventually met someone who appreciated his persistence and genuine nature, leading to a fulfilling relationship. Luna's journey to self-love. Luna struggled with self-esteem issues and feared rejection deeply. She often found herself in relationships where she settled for less than she deserved because she feared being alone. With the help of a therapist, Luna embarked on a journey of self-discovery and self-love. She learned to value herself and set healthy boundaries. This transformation empowered her to seek out relationships that were based on mutual respect and love. Ethan's transformation through therapy. Ethan's fear of rejection was so intense that he avoided social situations altogether. Recognizing the impact on his life, he sought help from a therapist who specialized in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Through therapy, Ethan learned to challenge his negative thoughts and gradually expose himself to social interactions. His confidence grew, and he began to enjoy dating without the crippling fear of rejection. Part 7. Conclusion. Understanding and overcoming the fear of rejection in dating is a multifaceted process. It involves delving into the roots of your fear, building self-esteem, embracing vulnerability, and learning from each experience. By applying the insights from experts like Mark Tyrrell, Roger Elliott, Lael Lowndes, and Guy Winch, you can develop the tools needed to navigate the dating world with confidence. Remember Samantha, who was afraid of dating because of past rejections. By working on her self-esteem and embracing vulnerability, She gradually overcame her fears and found a loving relationship. And Jake, who learned that showing his true self strengthened his connections, serves as a reminder that authenticity is key to meaningful relationships. As you move forward, keep these strategies in mind. Take small steps, seek support when needed, and always practice self-compassion. Overcoming the fear of rejection is not about never facing rejection again. It's about building the resilience and confidence to keep trying. Here's to a future where you approach dating with an open heart, ready to embrace the possibilities that come your way. Interpretation of the quiz. 1. Avoiding dating. If you avoid dating because you're afraid of being rejected, it may indicate a significant fear of rejection. 2. Worrying excessively. Worrying excessively about what your date thinks of you can suggest low self-esteem and fear of judgment. 3. Staying in relationships. Staying in a relationship longer than you should because of fear of being alone may indicate fear of rejection and low self-worth. 4. Sabotaging potential relationships. Sabotaging potential relationships often stems from a fear of vulnerability and rejection. 5. Afraid of vulnerability. Being afraid to open up to someone new can indicate a fear of rejection and intimacy. Final thoughts. Overcoming the fear of rejection in dating is a journey that requires self-awareness, resilience, and a willingness to embrace vulnerability. By understanding the roots of your fear, applying practical strategies, and learning from experts, you can build the confidence needed to navigate the dating world. Remember, rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but a step toward finding meaningful connections. Stay positive, be kind to yourself, and keep moving forward. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, do one thing every day that scares you. Embrace the fear, learn from it, and let it guide you towards a richer, more fulfilling dating experience. Great relationships are built one conversation, one act of kindness, and one moment of understanding at a time. If this video gave you something to think about, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. Because there's always more to explore about love and connection. And before you go, tell us in the comments. What's one thing you'll apply from today's video? Let's keep the conversation going. Join our community absolutely free to learn even more on this topic. Don't miss out. We've got even more free insights waiting for you. Click the link in the description and unlock the next step on your journey.